Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Jennifer Chapman joining us here once again from Just Commit Coaching. That's right, justcommitcoaching.com. That's her website. And again, it's all about commitment. We're here today talking to her, getting to know her further. For new listeners out there, don't worry, we'll establish who she is, but she really can help you in so many different ways. Please welcome Jennifer. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, Jill. Thanks so much.
Great. Tell me a little bit about your company and what you do.
Yeah, so I created Just Commit Coaching really at the height of 2020, right? I was in sales at the time and the world shut down. So it was kind of my opportunity to kind of dig in and I felt pulled to this calling, right? To do something more. And so I created a business, a business that I coach my clients, that I help mostly women. I'm totally open to supporting men as well. And I'm starting to see more interest in men, but men and women that feel like they are just surviving and feel overwhelmed and burnout and kind of lost and want some of that clarity. And that are, I take them from surviving to what I call thriving in every aspect of their life, physically, mentally, emotionally, by embracing the inner warrior that I believe is in all of us.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing. And so you're helping numerous people with numerous things. Did you have an area of focus for today? What are we talking about? Because it always turns into something good.
Yeah, I thank you. A lot of people right now, right? It's that time of year where it's like, I want to set some goals, but not just a New Year's resolution, right? Because it's not just about establishing something and then hoping that it sticks for 30 days. And then you kind of find out, in February, people kind of are already off track. So from a coaching standpoint, it's really walking alongside them and meet folks where they are and help them establish. Really, it starts with not only creating a vision for where you want to be in the next year, but what are your values? And what I'm seeing are people, they maybe know one or two, but if they feel out of alignment in a certain aspect of their life, it's probably because they're not in alignment with their values, which are your North Star, your compass, right? It needs those values need to be guiding you personally, professionally, with your family, with your friends, with your finances, in every aspect. And usually somebody's out of alignment. So I help support them in getting back on track.
And any experiences lately that you want to share without using names? What type of things are people going through, struggling in a sense where they're trying to get back on track with what specifically?
The most that I'm seeing right now is, what am I meant to do in my life?
What's my purpose? Yes.
What's my purpose? Like, I feel like I'm in this job and I might be paid well for it and maybe I'm good at it, but I don't love it. I'm not fulfilled in doing this. And is this it? Is there something more for me out there? I'm 35, 40, 45 years old. And like, this is all I'm supposed to be doing until I retire, that's not it. Right. And I want to help support them. And let's explore what that could be for you. What we call it, your zone of genius. What do you love to do? And what are you good at? Let's mesh those two things and let's tap into that.
All right. I'm thinking about things. What is my purpose? When I was younger, my purpose was, college, career. It was job. And now it's so different. I mean, it changes in life. Clearly now it's about my children and making a better life for them and having fun and doing things and being a good parent. But things do change. I see it, and it's like, your priorities change with time. And our knowledge changes as we get older. I'm multiple, getting there, 44 now, but it's true. But how do you navigate that waters to now, okay, your career is not important. So, but you still need the career to survive, but you got to thrive. There, it's all coming together.
And I think, right, no one up until 2020 has gone through a pandemic.
Yeah.
Where everything shifted. We all were affected by it. And I've seen, including myself, like, people either have survived it or they've thrived through it. And I'm thankful that I took the opportunity to kind of really tap into what I feel like I'm meant to be doing. The thing is, there's still time, there's still opportunity to do so. But I think that's what has created this massive shift in, like, what now? What am I, who am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be doing? Is this it?
No. Now, we've all changed gears at some point in our lives, but it's not easy. How do you do
Right.
it? It's so scary.
It's so scary. And I would
And
say to
you,
that,
from experience, you know, by working with a coach, how it can change you for such a good way, you know?
oh man, I'm so grateful that at a mental and emotional low for me, which was in 2018, that I reached
Yeah.
out to my first life coach, and she helped me find my why, find my purpose, find clarity. And life happens.
Yeah.
It's guaranteed. It's continuously happening, and it's all about our response to it. How are you responding to it? Are you controlling the situation, or are you letting the situations control you? And I see a lot of times, not only is the situation controlling people, what really gets in our way for above all else is our own minds, our own thoughts take
Mm-hmm.
over, and we put those thoughts into our driver's seat. And that's a scary place, is when you have that, whatever, that inner critic in you, that devil side of you, whatever, that inner, um those thoughts that can really affect your entire day. And a lot of people let them do that, versus that people taking control over their own thoughts, which is possible.
Yeah. All right. New Year's is here as well. We have that whole aspect of change and the new year. Oh, it's winter solstice is tomorrow. Another change. Days start getting brighter out tomorrow. There's change all around us,
Yay.
right? Which is good. The days are getting longer. Yeah. Nights are shorter finally. But there is a lot
Yay.
of change for us now, and the holidays are already here for for those celebrating Hanukkah, for those with Christmas. There's a lot on our plates right now. And it's okay to feel overwhelmed,
Mhm.
right?
It
Right.
is.
As my coach Brett used to say, yes, it is, Jill. You'll get through it. I'm
You will.
still trying to get to the mall. Hasn't happened yet. But I know there's a lot of people out there that are just so anxious right now with everything and feeling that they can't conquer things.
Well, and it's okay. Like, is it okay that you didn't conquer everything? Is
There's
it okay?
It has
Yes.
to be okay.
Yeah. Mike, our coach always says to us, if you want to go fast, slow down.
Slow down.
So many people are like, go, go, go. I gotta do this, that. And the the key is, like, slow down for a minute. Give yourself that permission to actually
Hmm.
pause, take a moment, take a few deep breaths
Wow.
before you check off that next list on your to-do, or that next errand that you have to run. Just take a moment,
Yeah.
and calm down your mind. It calms down your nervous system, it calms down your body. It gives you that time to just breathe. I mean, as simple as it is, right? We all breathe every second of every day, but we don't think about it,
True.
really. We just do it. So if we can intentionally take a few moments to breathe, it really does set you up to at least provide you that better headspace to do that next activity, or that next to-do list, with more intention and more mindfulness behind it, versus
Yeah.
just go, 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 go.
Oh. Hmm. All right.
I feel like you're taking that in.
I am. I'm a go, go, go person. So I'm sorry. I'm a stress ball today. I am. There's just so much on my plate that I have to do. So forgive me. When I bring up stress and anxiety, because it does relate to me, but I know a lot of people can relate to it too.
Yeah, it's like it goes back to, like, we're human beings, but the human in us is the do, 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 do.
Mm-hmm.
But I just invite you to be. And our coach always says it's a dance. Do,
Yeah.
be, do, be, do.
All right.
Yeah.
Justcoaching.com. And how can we reach you?
Yeah. So my website is justcommitcoaching.com. Please shoot me an email. I offer complimentary coaching sessions, or a clarity call, just to do a little meet and greet. So Jennifer at justcommitcoaching.com. And I'm also on LinkedIn every day.
Yay. I know you find that very useful, right? You talk
Oh,
about
very much so.
It's
Yeah.
funny. Lately, I've gotten back on it, but I was off it for a while, and I realized I didn't even realize they were doing stuff like social media. You could post like your update, post pictures like events, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize LinkedIn has gone this far.
It has. It has. And I love it. That's what I love about it, right? Like 7, 8, 10 years ago, I was recruited on there twice for 2 job opportunities. That was the primary focus then. Now it's evolved, and I love it because it brings kind of what I do into the professional space. I love to coach and speak to people that, just because you have a title of an HR professional, or you're in the C-suite or president of a company, I'm still talking to you all as human beings, who
Mm-hmm.
you are at your core, not necessarily what you do. And by you working on yourself at your core, that's going to show up in your professional world as well.
Yeah. All right. So what do you have in store? What's happening in your world with coaching now? So you're seeing people obviously want to make change, want to make that commitment, work, career, personal, anything out of the ordinary, would you say?
Um,
What's
the
the
biggest, yeah, thank you for asking. The thing that I'm seeing a lot of right now, and where I'm seeing opportunities, especially from a speaking engagement standpoint, when companies are looking for speakers, is I'm a huge proponent of, I'm very passionate about the word victim
Mm-hmm.
mentality. That's a word for me. And I'm lots of leaders and leadership teams are reaching out to me because they're seeing people play the victim mentality right in their job.
Mm-hmm.
And how can you go from what victim mentality is? I talk about what it sounds like, what it feels like, to how to tap into this warrior mentality or this more resilient mindset. I mean, the word resilience is kind of a buzzword these last few months. And how can I help support people and their teams become more resilient, especially after these last 2.5 years? And if you're bringing something personal that's affected you, victim mentality ultimately, Jill, is something that you have unresolved in your past. If you haven't dealt with it yet, it's going to show up in the future,
Mm-hmm.
whether you are aware of it or not, whether you want to be aware of it or not, whether you're ready to deal with it or not. And what victim mentality is ultimately, right? Like the blame game. Why me? I didn't do it. I'm not going to take responsibility for it. Or let me blow up the smallest problem in the world because I'm triggered,
Yep.
right? Like it's not
Mm-hmm.
like bad weather's triggering you like a rainy day, but it's
Mm-hmm.
triggering something inside of you that you have not dealt with yet, but it's going to show externally around you. And that's how some people are showing up into their work environment right now. And that affects your entire team and everyone around you. And so I'm very passionate about speaking in support of how can we flip that around? Let's flip the script.
And you're also a public speaker as well, right? So you work with, is it corporations and
Yeah, it's
groups
been,
too?
yeah, yeah. I've spoken at a couple small colleges here in Indiana, and some chamber of commerce events and HR conferences, things like that. And that's the topic that I speak on, and that's what's landing for people through my own personal life experience, what victim mentality means to me, and how I have shifted into tapping into my own warrior mentality. What does that
And
look
for
like?
those who don't know, would you mind just sharing? It's part of who you are at this point. You unfortunately suffered a stroke, right? How many years ago?
Yeah,
You're
I did.
34?
I was 34, and that was 5.5 years ago. So it's been a 5.5 year journey of, I was in corporate sales at the time, thriving,
Mm-hmm.
exceeding goals and crushing it. And yeah, life and my body had different plans for me. And so it's been a 5.5 year journey of recovery, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of it. And that's a huge reason why I've become a life coach and speaker.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And you know the benefits that could really help someone with this process. Yeah, I feel like we're all going to try to commit to new things for the new year, and we have trouble sticking with them. But
Mm,
any advice and tips you can give us to committing to stuff, because it is hard to commit. I call my sister the yes woman. She tells everyone yes, 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 and then
mm.
all of a sudden it comes down to I never said yes. I never said that. But now I'm like, yeah, we're supposed to be there for Christmas Day at and my mom, if she was alive, she would be laughing because that's all my sister would do. She really must not remember, but she must feel overwhelmed that she's got to say yes to everyone. There comes a point where like you can commit in a nice way or non-commit in a nice way. I feel a
Yo,
lot of us are
that's
so
just,
pressured to, yeah, commit. I
yes,
mean,
yes. Yeah, but what I would invite her to try on the word no for once
mm-hmm,
and see like how liberating that is, and
yeah,
to not worry about that person's response, right? To you saying no versus
yeah,
yes. Like
mm-hmm,
question, why am I saying yes? why am I saying yes? Is it for me or is it for the other person?
Yeah.
And why, so that's something to look into. But really, it's starting small. It's saying, just because you're setting New Year's resolutions and you want to, whatever, lose 10 pounds in the next 60 days, well, don't look at the 10 pounds, right? Start with day one. What are you going to do today to commit to your new goal? And write down 2 or 3 things. Don't make it this massive list and feel like you have to change your entire world in the first day. You definitely have to start small, because that's then going to feel overwhelming, right? If it looks like you're looking at the top of the mountain and you want to lose 10 pounds and don't know how you're going to get there, it's going to feel completely overwhelming. Then you're going to shut down and not even try. But if you want to lose 1 pound a week, start with day one, right? And really, it's getting up in the morning. And I heard a podcast on my way to a meeting this morning, and the guy starts every morning by waking up and saying it's going to be a great day. That's an immediate shift in your mindset, and you're going to start to look for the reasons why it's going to be a great day, versus getting up and like dreading the day immediately you get up. Yeah, I mean, that's how it's all you have complete control on how you want to start the day immediately right when you wake up in the morning.
You're right. It's that positive mindset. It's like, yeah, I make my little guy look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. My older son now is shy about it, but look, say I'm beautiful. I'm awesome. I'm great. It's like positive affirmations. And
Yes.
yeah, waking up has been hard lately for the kids and everyone. You're right. That's the start of your day. You have to be positive. Yeah.
You don't have to be, but you get to choose to be.
Yeah, you should be, because you'll have a better
Yeah.
day and a better life overall. The studies show, according to I don't know, I'm just joking, but yeah, really.
Yeah. It's simple, right? But it's not always easy. And it's definitely on the hard days that you maybe have to try a little bit harder than if you were having a good day. And again, it's about reflecting at the end of the day and kind of practicing gratitude, which is simple yet not always easy, but it doesn't take but a couple of minutes to be able to reflect on the day and acknowledge 2 or 3 things that you were grateful for that happened in your life today. It's very simple, small things, but the small things become the big things. And you'll start to notice more small, great things throughout each and every day. It's amazing what the practice of gratitude can really do for somebody.
Wow. And let me ask you, walk us through the coaching process, how a coach like yourself could be beneficial. And people say, well, how do I talk? When do I talk? What is that like? Walk us through the coaching process, what it takes for this commitment, how long, and, explain it to us.
So I either have a 3-month program or a 6-month program. The 6-month program is just a deeper dive into working together. But either way, we work 3 weeks on, 1 week off. So every week for 60 minutes, we meet and have a session. And then I'll typically give you a tool or some type of, little homework to do in between each session, just to try some things on, right? Everything that I share with people, it's customizable. Not everything's going to work for everybody. So it's just a trial and error. Like try something on and explore it for the week and come back, and we kind of share in those reflections each and every session. But the first part of the framework is an awareness piece. So it's really becoming aware of not only where you want to be, but where are you in relation to where you want to be, and what's going to potentially get in your way of reaching your goals. And then we start to explore, how has that affected you in your past? And it's a lot of these patterns and conditioning that we have obtained when we were kids, a lot of the time, honestly. By the time we were 7, 8, 9, we've developed all these behaviors and patterns that maybe we're not as aware of as an adult. But if we can look back, it's pretty amazing what shows up. Then there's an acceptance piece in all of this. It's accepting every part of who we are. Self-love, self-compassion, self-forgiveness is a powerful tool, because a lot of times I'll see, thoughts are just thoughts, but then we as human beings are really good about making up a story behind the thought. What's actually true here, right? And really acknowledging. The compassionate piece is powerful, because it's acknowledging, I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that this, or I forgive myself for judging myself as this. And then we come back to the truth. What's your truth?
Yeah.
So the example I always use, and it's relevant to myself, is like, I forgive myself for buying into the misunderstanding that I should be further along in my business than I am.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I'm meant to be in this moment right now and nowhere else. I'm meant to be right here, right now. So powerful process. The third step in the framework in the coaching program is aligned action. So let me help you develop new aligned patterns and behaviors that you want to take moving forward versus acknowledging what you did in the past and you didn't know maybe any better, those patterns you were doing in the past, they were working for you in some capacity or you wouldn't be doing them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the amazing piece, right? Like it's this ego part of protecting us for maybe having a fear of failure. So maybe we wouldn't try something as hard because we didn't want to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that maybe worked for a little bit because you didn't, right? You weren't going to take risks because you didn't want to fail. So it was just this protection mechanism of keeping us safe. But I'm going to invite you to explore, take new risks, try on new challenges to become a better version of who you're meant to be.
Yeah. And now is the time. I said that right after COVID, and my life has changed. I think everyone's life's changed since COVID, but it really put things into perspective how it's time to really start living. And like I said, I used to be so focused on job, job, job. It was like, and then I had kids, but I need a job. Now I don't care. Like I care about my job, of course, but like the difference when, you know what, I'm going to take off this day because I'm going to go make my son's holiday play or whatever's going on, like a sing along. That just worked out by chance last week, which was awesome. I got to go. I had a break, but yeah, those things you got to make the time for that are most important, most valuable, I think. And
Yes.
gosh, I'm learning that now in my 40s for sure.
Love that. See, I love that. That's
And
good.
you work with women and men groups. Do you group coaching, one-on-one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I have a co-host, another coach that's certified in the same work that I am. We are launching our first group program
Oh,
next month, actually. And so information is I promote it on LinkedIn, and also email me if you're interested in exploring what a small group. So we're looking for 6 people total. We have a couple, so we have
okay.
a few more spots. So it's much more like interactive, engaging, not as deep dive per se, but it's a great opportunity to share in community and
Yeah.
connection and to be with like-minded individuals that we're all going through similar things in life, right? But we want to get to um, another level, and that's possible. So we do our offer. It's 8 weeks, an 8 week small group program starting next month, both men and
Awesome.
women. Yeah,
Awesome. That's right. We've talked about it. When next month specifically?
the second week in January
Okay.
kicks off.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
excited. It is. I'm excited about it. Yeah, along with one-to-one. Obviously, if you feel more comfortable in just a one-to-one setting, right, versus a small group, and how comfortable are you in being vulnerable with others? But yeah, one-to-one's always a powerful process as well. So yeah,
Great.
thank you.
And what's happening in the coaching world? Anything new? Any client stories you want to share?
Mm.
Any?
A lot of the feedback I've received from a couple of clients recently is just it's Jill, it's them becoming aware of their own wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Myself as a coach, like I'm not here to give you any answers. I am simply here to potentially ask. I call them empowering questions, but it's for you to tap into your own wisdom. And so female clients have responded back to me when I asked, like, hey, what did you walk away with from last session? It's this their aha moments of like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is my mission, my own personal mission statement moving forward. This is who I want to start to become personally and professionally. And they see the statement, they put it somewhere in their room or their office or in their bathroom, and I have them speak it aloud every single day to believe like this is who I am. This is how I want to live my life every day in every aspect. So they're simple but powerful aha moments that I love to hear from my clients.
Positive
Yeah,
affirmations.
I
Oh,
am. Like I am this. I am enough. I am
I
worthy.
am woman. Hear me roar. And I love that. I love
Yes. Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
it's true. It's true. So yeah, some good momentum going into 2023 for sure. I'm excited.
And do you have any plans for the holidays? Any advice for us? The holidays are coming up this weekend,
Mm.
right? Well, some in the height of it, I guess, if you're in Hanukkah, but Christmas is ours. That's this weekend. But what do you have going on?
Yeah, luckily it's pretty low key, which I like. I mean, I'll see my immediate family here in the next couple of days, but it's just the husband and I here at home with our chocolate lab baby. She is our only, and we love her to pieces. So we'll probably, if, depending on how much snow we get, we'll be outdoors with her. But yeah, my advice, if I could leave somebody with any, especially women, is it's okay to put yourself first or do something for you
Mm-hmm.
during this time because you're all constantly getting ready for everybody else. But slow down a minute and give yourself permission for 30 minutes or an hour of just you time, whatever that looks like. Walking, meditation, a massage, a bath, just quiet time alone. It will do you and your mind and your body wonders. So that's my advice for you and you, Jill.
Thank you. You
Yeah.
too. Aw.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, we're almost, well, we have 4 minutes left, actually. We're not out of time yet. Anything else? I'm trying to think. I mean, this is your show, but I'm having trouble thinking today. Uh, what else did you want to share with us?
That's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I invite whoever's listening out there today to just make 2023 your year. And why not? Why not? Don't feel like you have to continue to be in this survival mode that we've been in potentially,
Yeah.
right? The last 2.5 years. It doesn't have to stay that way unless you choose to let it stay that way. And I always say, or anytime I speak to folks, like I always say, you've heard the phrase, it's okay to not be okay,
Yeah.
but it's not okay to stay not okay. Everybody needs somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And as a girl that has gone through a
Wow.
scary health challenge 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I had the best family and friend support system a girl could ask for, but they could only take me so far. And that's why I reached out to a coach,
Yeah.
whether it's therapy or a coach, somebody can help support you in going through what you're not meant to go through life alone. You're not meant to do any of it alone. Don't think that you have to. That's what makes it really hard.
Yeah.
Reach out for help. It's okay. Being vulnerable is a strength. It's a superpower to do that.
Ah, need to ask for help. A lot of us don't do that, but come on, I agree. You have to. And
You do.
a lot of times though, I find that I can't get the best advice from the loved ones, to be honest, like my close friend and my family, they seem a little more judgmental. So it's good to have someone on the outside who can step away and assess the situation from afar that's not intertwined or commingled. I think it's
Yeah,
better that way.
I
Yeah.
do too. And that's what I loved what my coach did for me, right? She provided this non-judgmental,
Not that's the word I'm trying to.
non-biased
Yep. Mm-hmm.
space for me to be
Yep.
me, to process, to express, I mean, that is the power of a coaching relationship is just that I've created a safe space for my clients to simply be, to express, to whatever's on their mind and heart. It has to come out. It's not meant to stay inside you. It will manifest in your mind and body if you let it. It's
Mm-hmm.
meant to come up and out. So that's a huge part of why I love being a coach and being able to hold that space and what my coach did for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, remind us, Jennifer, how we can reach you. I know it's Just Commit Coaching. We could see that if you're live on the Zoomcast. Well, I see part of it, but I know it's
Yeah.
justcommitcoaching.com.
Yeah. Yeah. And my email is jennifer@justcommitcoaching.com. So shoot me an email. Let's set up an intro call, an introductory meet and greet. I would love to get to know you and where you are and more importantly, where you want to be and how could I potentially help get you there? What support could I provide you? What accountability? It's all about support and accountability. So
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next time we connect. Happy holidays to you.
thanks,
And
Jill. You too.
are you around next week? Are we on or?
I am here. Yeah,
Okay,
we're
good.
good.
I'll see you then next week. I know a lot of
Sounds
people
good.
taking off for the holidays, but no, we don't. Not all of
We'll be
us.
here.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you so
Thanks,
much
Jill. Bye
and
bye.
enjoy. Bye bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.